Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Lobotomy and Asylum Field Day, as well as a warm welcome to 2020. Hope everybody had happy holidays, I did, and looking forward to a fun-filled 2020, and I hope it's all the same for you guys. Okay, Lobotomy, we're back on it. Now, it feels a bit cosy, this, because looking at the views for this particular playthrough that I'm doing, I haven't got that many, so I think there's probably about a dozen of us. So, yeah, that's it. Come in. Everybody get round the table. Right, okay, what happened last episode? Pretty much okay. I didn't make too many errors. I did make one, which was with the pistol. I kept forgetting that the pistol actually did fire damage. It made no particular difference, but yes, instead I should have been ignoring defense for the monsters that got killed last turn, but I didn't. But it doesn't matter because we'd have had to take the same amount of actions anyway to kill them. But I'm going to have to remember the pistol does have fire, and that means you ignore 1 point of defense. So I'll try and do that next time. So that is about the only thing I got wrong last time, I think. So let's get across to the player area and do the cooldowns. And here we are at the player area. Okay, cooldowns, room by room for Nicholas goes back. We've got it back, so brilliant. We've got that back. And the only other one to do is Shadow Step, which is Helena Swann's, and she gets that back as well. So we've got all our abilities back, and they're all ready to rock and roll. Our first player is going to be Helena. So let's get into episode 7 and turn 12, and let's see what Helena is going to do. And here we are with Helena. There she is with the yellow base. What is she going to do? Well, not a lot. All she's going to do is a trade action. And what she's going to do is she's going to trade with Nick, and she's going to trade Nick the scalpel. So it's only small, so it's not going to affect his inventory. He's going to pop that with him. And in return, he is going to give her the Necronomicon. Now, the reason for that is it does cost 2 health as well as 2 actions to use. But she has a passive ability, which is called Afterlife. And after dealing the final blow to a monster, she can recover 1 health. So I think the Necronomicon would be better with her. She can take control of a monster, kill another monster, and she will actually get health back through that. And that way the Necronomicon doesn't cost as much. So he's going to pass that across to her, and he's going to take the scalpel. The good thing about the scalpel is it does give a free attack with the weapon each turn, so that's pretty good as well. Okay, that's it for her. Next up is going to be Bernard. And here we are with Bernard. He's got the green base here. First thing he's going to do is move, so he's going to move 1 to here. That's his first action. His second action is he's going to move into here. And for his third action, remember he's got 4, so this is only his third action, he is actually going to investigate this locker. So we'll get that out of the way. That's another locker investigated, but it's not going to count towards our progress. The reason for that is we got a really crappy movement card last turn, which meant that we cannot progress any of our objectives this turn. But that doesn't mean that we can't search. So we're going to have a search. So we'll get the brown bag of lockers, and we'll give it a quick shake, and then we'll pull one out. And there we go. We've got a normal locker, and let's flip it over. Oh, this is a good one. 2 successes for a weapon, 3 successes for equipment, and 1 success will get us a medicine. Now, we've definitely got this. The reason is, if you recall, that good old Bernard, he has one of his memories allows him to actually gain a success when he is searching. So we've already got that. So he's already got 1 success. I'm going to put this in there. Can we see it? Yes, I think we can see that. So he is going to search, and he has got 6 imagination. So he's going to get 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on a 4, 5 and 6, he will get extra successes. And he's got 2 6s there, he's got 2 5s, he's got a 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 6 successes, which is great. Why is it great? Because we can get 1 each of these now. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. We can get all 3 of these, so he's going to get 1 weapon, 1 equipment, and 1 medication. So let's get the weapon first. So here's the weapons deck. Ooh, I'm trying to think actually, has he got enough? He's got 3 things as it stands, so he might have to drop some stuff. So, weapon, he finds a bone blade. So this is 5 attack dice. You may lose 1 of these durabilities to add 1 chaos die once per attack. So the bone blade. So put that to one side, because we may have to drop something. We'll get ourselves a medicine next. The reason being, these are all small, so no matter what he gets here, he'll be able to keep it. So let's give it a cut. And he gets imipramine. Add 1 chaos die to the next attack, and it's a single use. So you can keep that, because it's small. All medications are small. And finally, he gets some equipment. So, cut. And a prosthetic leg. Gain 1 free move action each turn, and it's got 8 infinite durability. So that's brilliant. So this is one of the things that you can't use to batter down doors, because it's got infinite durability, but it's 1 free move action each turn. That is huge. Okay, we'll put that over there, and I'm just going to have a think, because he has the broken glass, he has the pistol and the human skin mask already, so I'm going to have a bit of a think here about what he's going to keep, what he's going to get rid of. And I'm back. He's going to discard broken glass. It was on 3 anyway as regards durability, and I think with the bone blade and the pistol, it's pretty much never going to lose its durability unless you start adding extra dice to it. So we'll get rid of the broken glass, replace it with the bone blade, and that means we can have the bone blade, the pistol, the human skin mask, and the prosthetic leg. Those are his 4 inventory items. They're all medium inventory items, so they only cost 1 slot each. And the imipramine, that's small, because that's a medicine, so he can have as many of those as he likes. So we've discarded the broken glass. Excellente. And that also means we can get rid of that, because we've searched that locker. And he still has 1 action left, because he has 4 actions. And what he's going to do is he's going to move into the good old jamboree down here. So there's 4 people in that tiny corner space next to the barricaded door here. So that's it for Bernard. Next up, it's Beatrice. And here we are with Beatrice. Now I've zoomed out here, and the same reason we're going to keep zoomed out for Nicholas as well, because we're going to implement another of my house rules. For her turn, Beatrice is going to do absolutely nothing. She isn't going to move, she isn't going to use any of her abilities, she isn't even going to use those abilities that don't cost an action. So no free actions, nothing. And that means that we can move the warden back one step. So we're going to move him back to 7 because she has done that. There's another house rule that I got off BGG, and very good one it is too. I think the timer is a bit harsh, to be honest. I think there's a few too many cards in the movement deck that move along the warden, and I'm expecting him to start moving really soon because we've been lucky up to now. We have got a couple of cards whereby he hasn't moved, but it just means there's more of the ones in the deck where he does move that are waiting for us. So we're going to move him back one. Nicholas is going to do exactly the same on his turn. He is going to do absolutely nothing. We can afford to do this because we've got a barricade there, and all these monsters, even if they move twice, they're not going to be able to reach us here. So we're taking this opportunity to move the warden back a couple of spaces. So he goes back to space 6. So he's now halfway there as regards the timer for scenario 1. But I think we're doing so well that we will go into a second scenario. So the way we're going, we're doing okay. Right, so there we go. Upshot of turn 12 then is that Helena took a single action because she wanted to do a bit of trading. Otherwise she could have done exactly the same thing. We could have moved him back. Remember, once during each scenario, each hero can do absolutely nothing and send the warden back. But as it is, it's just Nicholas and Beatrice that have done that. Only Bernard and Helena have actually done something this turn. Okay, so that was a bit of a lull turn as regards getting anything done. But that was because we got a red star during the movement phase, end of last episode. So we couldn't really progress anything anyway. So even though we searched that locker, we haven't progressed. So I thought, let's take the opportunity to knock back the warden a couple of spaces. So we've done that. Okay, that is it for the character phase of turn 12. So let's move on to the movement phase. And here we are at the monster phase, not the movement phase. The monster phase, it's a movement card though. So we'll give them a shuffle like we have been doing and a cut. And we'll see what we get. So, Hellfire awaits. This doesn't sound good, does it? And see, we're starting to get warden movement a lot more. So, mental patients have fire attacks for this turn. So that means, because they get a fire attack, that means they'll ignore 1 defense. So, if somebody's got 2 defense though, it only takes 1 defense off. That's what fire does. So, if somebody's got 2 defense, they'll have 1 defense. But if you've only got a singular defense, nope, fire's going to get rid of that this turn. But I think we're safe enough. We're all in that corner. So we've got a green star, which means we lose a progress. So I'll have a look and about what we're going to take off. We'll probably take off a monster. So probably a scavenger, because they're easier to kill. But I'll let you know at the start of next turn. We've got to move the warden, so he moves back to space 7. But he's still gone back 1 because we knocked him back. And then we've got monster movement. After that, we'll get a scavenger and we'll get a mental patient. So I'll just do the monster movement and I'll be back in a tick. Okay, I'm back. moved everybody a single space apart from this scavenger here who moved 2. General thing is everybody's moving in this direction, and they've got to come through this door here, so they're all sort of making their way around that way. I won't go through where everybody's moved, they're just going in that general direction. And what we've done is I've had a look at where we are on the progress. We had 4 memories, 4 lockers, 4 scavengers, 4 mental patients and 2 nurses. And we're going to take a scavenger off, so we're now down to 3 scavengers, and our progress has gone from 18 down to 17. So there we go. And that, apart from now, what we've got to do, yes, we've got to do the good old placement of that scavenger, haven't we, and the mental patient. So let's bring this out here, and we'll zoom in a bit just so you can see what I roll. So where is the scavenger gonna go? Let's find out. Get in. Put the door back. So that's a 12, and that is a D. D12. Everything's going in D. So we've got a scavenger. Here he is, and we'll put him in D12, which is a little room up there. And the mental patient is going to C11. Ooh, that might be quite close to one of us. C11 is, must be round here, there it is. Down there probably, oh no, you can't quite see him, but he's not too far away. Okay, so he's in there. Right, I'll zoom out, just show you where those 2 have gone before we start turn 13. And here we are zoomed out. The scavenger went in this little room here, that's D12, and C11 is down here, and that's where the mental patient is. We can get rid of the movement card now, discard that. And next up will be turn 13, and we won't bother going across to the player area because nobody has used any abilities. So let's zoom in on our first player, who is going to be Bernard Smith. And here we are with Bernard. So what's he going to do? Well, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to spend 2 of his actions. He's going to spend them to get rid of this barricade. Yes, we're going to get rid of the barricade, kids. What's he going to do next? Remember, he's actually in this space, that everybody's together in this particular space here. So he's going to use his prosthetic leg, which, remember, gives him a free movement each turn. And on his prosthetic leg, he's going to pop out here. Then he's going to use one of his abilities. He is going to use good old hit and run. We do like hit and run. It's coming very useful. So he's going to use hit and run. So if he uses a melee weapon, he gains +2 range because he's running up to them and attacking them. And he also gets an extra die. So we'll put that on cooldown. And the only melee weapon he's got left is obviously his bone blade that he just found. So here it is. So he's got 5 dice, and we may lose 1 durability to add a chaos die. But we're going to get an extra die anyway, a normal attack die off hit and run. So I think we'll just use 6 dice here. So we'll pop that back down there. In fact, we will use a chaos die. But the way we'll use it is, let's get rid of this consumable, this imipramine. He's gonna gulp that down, and we'll pop that over here, and as well. So hit and run. So he's going to go 1, 2, and yes, he's going to be attacking this guy, this mental patient here. He's going to have 6 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice against the mental patient, who does have, he does have 1 defense, I believe. He does 1 defense and he's got 4 health. So come on. Hit on a 5+. And oh, look at that. So no ones, so we don't lose any durability. But we got 4 hits in. And we lose 1 because of one of those 5s because of the defense, but that's still 3 hits on the mental patient. So he's got 3 hits on him, and then because it's hit and run, he goes back to 1, 2. So excellent stuff. And but he did manage to get 3 hits on the guy there. So, what have we done? We've used 2 actions to open the barricade. The prosthetic leg, which was a free movement. And then our 3rd action was hit and run. Yes. And in fact, we may have killed him because I used Impramine, didn't I? And I forgot to roll the chaos die. So we're going to roll the chaos die now. So that 5, he's already used his 1 defense on that 5, and we'll roll the chaos die. This is a chaos die, I did show it yonks ago, but a +1 puts +1 onto all your die rolls. So hopefully we don't get that, because the other die rolls were 3s and he'd miss. So we need these skulls, that's what we need. So anything with a skull on, and we've killed this guy. And we get 3 skulls, so he's absolutely marmalised him. So we get rid of that mental patient. It is dead, which is great news. And that means we have achieved one of our objectives. We have killed 5 mental patients. So that is 1 objective complete, which is great. So put this back to 18. So my understanding is once you complete an objective, that's it. You can't lose it. The reason for that is, you know, we could kill a load more mental patients and then, you know, take them off when we get a movement card. And there is a mechanic in this game whereby, well, in this particular scenario, where if you, I think it's 3 out of the 5 objectives, if you achieve them, if you go in onto another scenario, then the next scenario starts immediately. So I think once you get an objective, then that's set in stone then, because it counts towards the next scenario. So that was great news, and we still have an action left. So what he's going to do here is he's moved back here, and he's just going to use 1 more movement, and he's going to move to space 7 there. He's just covering off because just out of shot there is a mental patient that we spawned last turn. So he just wants to you know, guard everybody else. Okay, so that is it for Bernard Smith. Next up is Beatrice. And here we are with Beatrice. She's just there with the purple base. What she's going to do is run. And she's up, but she's only going to use 4 movement. That'd give her 5 movement, but she's only going to use 4 of them. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and she's going to stop on that dead body because she's going to search that next turn. Okie doke. So that is it for her. She's not going to do anything else. Can't do anything else. Remember, she ran. So if you're going to run, then that is all that you can do. So after her, it will be Nicholas Jackson. And here we are with Nicholas. He is going to run as well. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And his job is basically just to protect Beatrice. So we do have this mental patient here. If it moves twice, it's going to attack Nicholas, not Beatrice, because Nicholas has got 2 defense. If you remember, mental patients do have a fire attack this turn, but only for this turn. Okay, that is it for Nicholas. Next up is Helena. And here we are with Helena, yellow base. All she's going to do is move 2, 1, 2. And she's going to do the same sort of thing. She's just going to hide behind good old Bernard there. Okay, that is it for the character phase. Next up, the monster phase. And here we are at the monster phase, which means, yes, another movement card. So, come on. Let's see where we're up to. Oh, dementia. This doesn't sound good. Characters must choose to either lose an insanity or to place a cooldown token on an unused skill as if it was used. We also lose 1 progress. Right, we'll just do this business about the cooldowns or the insanity. I don't want anybody to lose any insanity. Now, if I was playing just the one scenario, I'm going to play at least 2. I'd probably take the insanity, yeah, because we're near the end. But because we're playing more than one scenario, I want to keep my insanity intact. So what we're all going to do is we're all going to place something on cooldown. So we want something with a short cooldown. So for Bernard, he's going to put dual wield on cooldown. For... Oh, that reminds me. Bernard did kill that mental patient. So his hit and run has gone down to 2. From 3, so remembered that, thankfully. Beatrice, what's she going to put on cooldown? She's going to put Dancing Queen on cooldown because that's only got a cooldown of 3. Nicholas, all of his cooldowns are quite big. He's going to put Hibernation on cooldown. I think, or room by room. No, he's going to put room by room because hibernation. Oh no, we'll put hibernation on. It's an action, so it's not like he can use it. I'd have had to have used it already, but yeah, we're not under imminent attack, so yeah, hibernation he's picked, and Helena. All of hers have got horrendous cooldowns. I think she will put Blur on a cooldown because that's only 4. Still quite a bit, but 4. All the others are 5 or above. So everybody's put something on cooldown. We lose a progress, so I don't want to lose another scavenger, to be honest. I definitely don't want to lose the nurse. So I think what we'll do is we'll lose a locker. Our lockers have gone down to 3. So there we go. And that's got back to 17. So with moving the warden back, I mean, he's going to move again now. We may as well do it now. He's moved back to 8. But we're moving the warden back a couple of... was it last turn? It was last turn. Moving him back 2 spaces. We're not doing... We're okay. We've still got a bit of time. And we will get a scavenger and a mental patient. But first of all, we've got to move everybody. So I'm going to move everyone and then I'll be back. Okay, I've moved everyone. Just the ones to notice are obviously these mental patients are coming through here now. This scavenger, he's right behind us. And this mental patient here moved here. These are the ones that are the closest. All the others are just making it down this way and across it. Another error I realised I've been making is I've had people walking straight down here. I thought it was a corridor, but there is actually a wall there. So... yes, they're coming through this door instead, so they're going to come through here. Yeah, can't go through there. It's actually walled off. So the monsters have been doing quite well up to now. but not from now on, because I've noticed what I've been doing wrong. Okay, the scavenger and the mental patient, we'll zoom in and we'll see where they're going. And the scavenger is going to be going to, that's C12, which is right under here. So that is C12. He's not too far away from us, which is good because we need another scavenger. And the mental patient. Now we don't need another mental patient, so we could do with these mogging off. That is C10. No, they're all closing in. So where's C10? There it is. It's with the memory token there. Right, I'll just zoom out, show you where those have gone. And here we are zoomed out. The mental patient went here, C10 with that memory token. And the just below him at C12, that is where our friend the scavenger went. So he's just popped in there. Right, so that is it for this card. We can discard it. And that is it for episode 7. Now, we haven't got much done. We had a lull turn because we couldn't do any progress in turn 12. So I used that to send the warden back a bit. We did have a look in a locker anyway, and we got quite a bit of stuff out of it because Bernard played a blinder. And then the next turn, we broke through our barricade here. We killed a mental patient. And we're basically moving down here. We want to search this body down here, and then we want to start killing all these guys, hit that memory token, and we also need to kill a couple of nurses, to be honest, but there are 2 nurses down here, so I think we'll move this way, try and kill these guys, kill the nurses here, and perhaps hit these 2 lockers here, because we need 2 lockers now, so might hit these 2 lockers. And then we'll probably very soon find out what our second scenario is going to be, because we will hit our 3rd objective and we'll have to pull our next scenario, and that'll start immediately. We'll still have to finish our first scenario off, but we'll also get a second scenario. And yeah, Asylum Field Day is the easiest, so whatever else we pick is going to be harder. So we'll see what happens. But all in all, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. And we haven't lost too much progress. We didn't get a blue star. So we've done okay. So if we can crack on, then looking forward to actually getting this first scenario done and dusted and getting on with the second. Slight worry with the warden again. He is at 8, so he's only got 4 more on his track, so, and he'll get to 12. But we're doing the second scenario anyway, so that gives us an extra 12. But I'd like to feel that we were a bit ahead of the game when we finished the first scenario, and you know, we've got a few extra time, a bit of extra time to deal with it. But we'll see how we go on. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the subscriptions, for all the views, for all the likes and the dislikes. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody who's been to Board Game Links to upvote the site. Similarly, everybody on BGG who's like the video threads over there. You know, liked, dropped Geek Gold, made a comment. Thank you so much. Big shout out to anybody on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook who's following me. Thank you. And what else? What do I normally say? Oh yes, if you've noticed any errors, please let me know, and I will try and fix them for next time. But other than that, I think yes, we're moseying on. We're moseying on. We should finish this first scenario. We should be in time credit for the next one, and next episode we may find out what that next scenario is. So thanks very much. That's it for episode 7. I do hope that you join me for episode 8, but until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.